because the white supremacists want it that way. See, everything is divided into two categories. It's real simple. Constructive, non-constructive. So anything that you see black people doing anywhere on the planet, whether it's tribal warfare or whatever, if you look at it and it has a non-constructive result, which most likely it has, any kind of fight, all right, then you say it's the white supremacists to blame. Why? Because it's happening on their watch. They dominate what non-white people, what black people do all over this planet, 24/7, without let-up, either directly or indirectly. And that includes places where people have never seen a white person. Not to say anything about doing a lot of discussion about them or knowing anything about white supremacy. They come under the power of the white supremacists. Why? Because the white supremacists have been everywhere. And they have taken charge of everything that has anything to do with the black people, particularly, or non-white people in general, on this planet. That's what supreme means. You are supreme all the time, not some of the time. In what? In all areas of activity over the activities of people who are classified as non-white. And that's what areas of activity? Economics, which is the use of time and energy.
Yes.
Education. What do you see the non-white people doing? What can I learn? Or where do I go to learn? I want to go to school. I would like to go to school. I am illiterate. I don't know the ways of the world. I would like to go to school and learn about how to do things. I mean, on a greater scale than what I'm doing in this little village where I am, anywhere on the planet. People of color say that. And the answer is always, which way did the white people go?
Yes.
You find them, and you can get educated. If you don't find them,
yes,
you're not going to get educated.
Absolutely.
Real simple. Now, that tells you something about white supremacy right there.
Right there. Sure
How come you got to go to them to get educated? You know? I mean, you have black people strutting around proud all day long, talking about what? My degree in this, my degree in that.
Yes.
And usually bragging to other black people about how much we know. And you can just ask a simple question. How do you learn what you know? Black people have a reputation for being real serious about everything that's silly. I mean, if it's silly, we run right to it. Even if we are tired and weary, we find the strength to run toward anything that is silly because we've been trained that way. And anything that's serious, we run from it because we don't want to be serious about anything except something that is silly. So we are silly about serious things and serious about silly things.
Wow.
All right? This is a quote that's in the textbook, by the way. So how you keep that from happening is don't participate in it by simply asking questions. See what I mean? Don't accuse anybody of being silly or anything like that. Just say, what is it that you are talking about, and is it going to have a constructive effect or a non-constructive effect? And if it's going to have a constructive effect, sir, ma'am, will you please tell me how? All right? So I will know what to expect when we finish this discussion. Is this discussion going to be constructive or non-constructive? Because there's no such thing as in between in counter-racist science. It's either constructive or non-constructive. That's the formula. So you want that understood before you even begin a conversation. Is this conversation going to be constructive or non-constructive? And if it's going to be constructive, can you tell me how, after we finish, it's going to be constructive? Yes, that's all you have to do is just ask those questions. Don't accuse anybody of being silly or talking about something silly. Never make an accusation. Just ask questions. Ask questions, because questions and answers, if they're done in a codified manner, will always take everybody right where they should be. That's everybody. Everybody who's participating. They will always do that. That's just the logic of questions and answers when you do it in a codified manner. Just keep asking questions and getting the correct answers to those questions. By that process, that's a universal law. That applies to everybody.
Yes.
It will always take everybody where he or she needs to be. Probably not where you want to be, but where you should be. It'll always do that. See, that keeps a conversation being a conversation rather than an argument.
Okay.
See, black people have gotten to the place where we worship arguments.
Yeah.
It's been a conversation and an argument. An argument is not supposed to lead to anything constructive. It just gets worse and worse. You know, it's a conversation, but it ceases to be a conversation and turns into an argument.
Okay.
But a conversation is done on the basis of questions and answers.
All righty. All right.